origami making with Miss Beach. Grab yourself a piece of paper because we're about to learn how to make an origami hopping frog. It's going to be fun. You ready? Hi everybody! So today we're going to learn how to make an origami frog, which is super cute because when you're done making him, you can, boom, play with him, which is a fun piece of art. Now, origami is traditionally a Japanese art form, which means folding paper. And we're going to use some paper today that's just regular old printer paper. But in the craft store, they do make special origami paper. And this one has a lot of thick folds. Do you see how thick that paper is? A lot of layers of paper. So it's kind of hard to use regular paper, but I'm going to do it, so can you. You can use any paper you have lying around your house. Or if you get really into this, you can go to some origami papers, which I think you can find at Walmart in the craft section, or Michael's, or some other craft store. So, origami paper traditionally starts as a square. I need to get this rectangle paper into a square. And to do that, I'm going to take this line edge and fold it to this edge, and make that a nice sharp point. It's a nice little trick where you don't have to measure. And you can crease it. I like to start in the middle and push my way out. This should be pointy. Now, do you see where you have this rectangle here that is not layered up? That's what you're going to cut off. Traditionally, origami does not cut at all, but in order to get a square to start us off, we need to cut that extra piece off. You could use it for something else, surely. Kind of looks like a bookmark. That'd be a great bookmark. Okay, take my triangle, open it back up, and ta-da! I have a square. Really neat. So it's time to start. So if you're working along with me, you're going to want to get a square of your paper, and then you can go ahead and get started. Or you can just watch and do it on your own. Now, anytime if you're working with me, you can pause this video, rewind, and watch it again if you have trouble or get lost. That's the great thing about videos, is you can always go back. So I'm going to first start by folding this over like a card. I know, I just told you to make it a square, and now you're making it a rectangle again. But it should look kind of like this. Perfect. Now I'm going to take this and fold this corner down. That way this edge and this edge line up. This will be where our frog's body starts. Okay, in the middle, and push out. Open it back up. And I'm going to do it again over here. So, take this corner, pull it down so that this edge and this edge line up. Very good. Start in the inner and push out. Open it back up, and you should get an X. Do you see an X on the top of your paper? Now this probably is one of the trickier folds. See these two sides? I'm going to hold right in the middle and push them down to right about here. So push in and down. Now with this hand, I'm going to hold it, and this hand, I'm going to push it flat. So you get kind of like a house shape. Just like that, but with some zigzags in the middle. Let me show you that again. I'm going to take the edges and pull them down to the middle of the paper. Then hold it with one hand and squish it flat with the other. Push down on the sides to get a really nice crease all over that roof of my house. Looking pretty good. Now I need to make the front legs of my little froggy, which are these legs right here. So I'm going to take this corner and fold up so that corner sticks out. Right here in the center is where my crease should be. There we go. This corner is going to do the same thing. Right here in the center is where it's going to bend. And I want to push it up so they're about even. Okay. That's what your paper should look like. Almost looks like angry eyebrows now on your roof, doesn't it? Time to fold up. The bottom edge should line up with right where the bottom of your roof is. It's not really a house, that's just what I'm calling it. Looking pretty good. Push it down. Sometimes the paper doesn't want to bend and you got to give it a little push. Alright, now I'm going to take these legs and get it out of the way. Here, I'm going to fold to the center, just like this. So that spot there lines up with my froggy's point. And then I'll push my legs back down, get this leg out of the way, and fold this one in. This one might be one where you want to pause and rewind and watch it again. Okay? Get my leg back, and it should look something like this. And then it should look like two doors opening. Do you see that? Good job. My leg's nice and flat. And now I'm going to do my next step. This is getting a little trickier. I'm going to take this bottom part and bring it up to that center. That's a lot of layers of paper I'm trying to fold at once. You might need a grown-up. They can help you with their strong hands. Or, if you don't have a grown-up nearby, you can take the back of your scissors and rub back and forth. That will help crease it down. This is called burnishing, when you rub with the back of something hard. Or, like I have this tape roll here, and I could rub anything hard that's not going to leave a mark. Should work. But I don't want to do it with a pencil because that would mark up my paper. Alright, now I'm going to take this and fold down a little triangle back towards the center, and one on this side too. A little triangle back towards the center. So it should look like this when I'm done. The hardest fold is coming up, boys and girls. You're going to take this part and point it towards the sky so it sticks straight up and down. Okay, and then you're going to take the top layer of that triangle and pull it out. That was tricky. I'm going to take the top layer of that triangle and pull it out. And then fold it down, and it kind of looks like a little boat. Toot toot. I went from a house to a boat. Show you again, because it is a little tricky. Doesn't even want to go back to the way it was. There we go. Okay, so here's what I had. I pull my triangles up and pull these two apart. Just that top layer pulls out, and then I squish it flat back down. Starting to look like a froggy belly. You're starting to get there. Okay, now I'm going to take this and fold it down. This triangle comes down to the center too. Okay, it looks like this. What do you think? How's yours looking? I know it gets a little tricky. Now I'm going to take this corner and bring it over here so that this edge lines up with that crease there. This will be my froggy's foot. This edge is going to line up with this crease here. Kind of bend it back a little. Good job. Hey, it's kind of looking like a frog if I turn him over. He just doesn't jump very high. Boink, boink. So you could leave him like this if you're happy with a little jump. Boink. But if you want a bigger jump, like this guy, boing, who can do backflips over the other guy. Hey, leapfrog. Boing. That's funny. I think I want this guy to jump just as good, so I'm going to flip him over. And right in the center here, I'm going to put a crease. Fold him up. Go. Poor froggy's all folded in half. Okay, and now I'm going to put another crease by folding those legs back down. Fold him down. Oh, that is a lot of paper to fold. Good grief. I'm taking my thumb and I'm pushing really, really hard. You might want to take something hard and push hard down. Now when I do this with my scissors, I make sure that they are closed and I have my hand around this closed part. If it is open, you could really hurt yourself. So you might want to pick something that's not scissors. If you're worried about it, maybe I'll take this heavy-duty tape and push down. Something heavy to help push it down. Hey, look at that. Flip it back over so my froggy's not belly up anymore. And to make him jump, you just push down on his back, and that zigzag works like a spring. Whoa! He jumped really far. Ready, jump! This one does a higher flip. Let's compare my first one and my second one. And that's the thing about origami is, whoa, you try it and you see what happens. I love it. So when you're done with your origami froggies, you could put eyes on it. You could color it. You could do all sorts of fun stuff. You could race, whoa, whoa, across the table and see whose goes fastest. But it's just a fun piece of art that you can make and enjoy and try out. Remember, it's a lot of layers of paper, so it gets some thick, thick creases. But it's that layer of paper, that's what makes it have some spring in its jump, which is pretty fun. If you get into origami, there's all sorts of origami tutorials out there that you can try, and all sorts of things you can try to make it different. Good job! Remember, if you're posting online, use hashtag JGBArt and hashtag SpottyUp. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Way to go today. Way to not give up and keep trying until you get a jumping frog. Boom!